G'day everyone and welcome to the episode. Today we're going to get out the Masters of the Universe Chronicles He-Man. So looking at the packaging, usual art style, they're pretty consistent with how they're doing things with these figures, which is good to see. And you've got some of the other figures. Alright, let's get him out and have a proper look at him. And here he is all out of the packaging. And it does look very good. Got to use sort of try and switching the camera angle around to get a better angle. But it does have a pretty good sculpt. I still think the core line slightly wins over this one, but it's only by a fraction. I think it's more of a perspective thing. But overall, he looks pretty good. These gauntlets or wrist guards, I'm not sure what they're called, they were actually the wrong way around out of the box. They were sort of more like this, which was really strange. As I've had to do this review twice now, because the first time I did it, the dog next door decided to bark all the way through it, and that's all you could hear. So this is the redo. And it was just good, because the first one I was really upset, it's in focus, about how much wobble was in the hips. And it was because I didn't realise his hips were actually down. And so I was doing this for pretty much the whole review. And that's just how it came out of the box. Maybe it was because of how I removed it from the packaging. Maybe they moved, because they are, even though they back up, it is still loose. But oh, there it goes again. And because of the loincloth, it's sort of hard to see what position they're in. So the hips are a bit of a disappointment. Definitely a... Oh, did I get it down? Yeah, there we go. Now they're down. There's only that little bit of movement. But just the hip section is very loose on my one. Apart from that, the rest of it is pretty solid. The articulation is usual. The head goes down. It's got the double neck and up that much. And go all the way around, which I don't like doing. A little bit of side to side, and this focuses. So the arm can go up about that far, and it's got a slight extra butterfly joint, I think they call it, a swivel in the shoulder, so it can go forward and back. Got the bicep rotation, double jointed elbow, but I know because of the guard sort of limits it from really moving to its probably full potential. This focus really isn't working today. Hands, of course, rotate. They're on a ball swivel sort of thing. It's a different arrangement that isn't one that's so common. It's only been on these figures that I've sort of seen it more often. Upper chest has a good bit of movement, a little bit side to side, and can rotate. Same with the lower part. You can see just a little bit of gappage there if you pull all the way back. Same with the back, there's a little bit of gap, but it's not noticeable. As well as side to side, just a little bit there. Legs can go all the way out nicely there. As a drop down, they can kick up quite far. Still, the back isn't too great unless you actually put it out to the side a bit more. And as I said, it's got the drop down feature because you know when it's fully up, because he becomes Mr. Floppy Jalopy. You sort of got to hold it. And now it's down, but you got to really force it. Knees double jointed as usual. Boot rotation and foot. There's a bit of movement, about usual. Doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary for these. They're all pretty similar. He does come with his gripping hands on it, which for his sword, which is almost straight. It's a little bit of a bend. It can, of course, easily placed in its holder, which does a very good job. I do like that design. And here he is with the sword in his hand. That looks really good like that. It also does come with a pair of punching hands, which makes total sense for him. As I said, I wasn't sure about Skeletor having a punching hand, especially for the left. That just, the right I can understand, and the claw one for the left, that would have worked totally. But the other way around, it was a bit like, don't know. Speaking of Skeletor, here's the two Chronicle figures beside each other. And this does look better because when I did the first take of this, as I said, his hips were extended and I didn't realise it. So he was actually, just a little bit taller than what he is, and it just didn't look right between the two. Because I'm pretty sure in the movie Skeletor was just a little bit taller, and in this setup, it sort of has that aesthetic. And then you can, of course, give He-Man that little bit more of a trunk Skeletor on the job. A squat look, even. And yeah, you get that little bit, but overall they do look very good together. And here is Chronicles Teela, which this looks right with the bit of the height difference that we had in the movie. So they look really good together. And here we have Core Class He-Man beside him. Hopefully you can see what I mean about the faces. I don't know if it'll come across as well. I don't know, this one just looks so right. I mean, this one looks good. Don't get me wrong. They're very close, but for some reason, I don't know what it is, but this head sculpt, even though they're pretty much the same, just seems more right to me. And one other thing I did want to try was the sword altar that comes with Castle Grayskull set. And placing it in here, it fits just as nicely as the core line sword does. And if anything, I think it looks even better and matches it even better, especially with having the painted handle. As I said, something I really wish the core line would just do, just have that bit of paint there. I suppose I could do it myself, but I don't want it rubbing off and looking worse. But maybe when I get a few more He-Man open and have a spare sword, I might just do it on one of them just to give it a shot, if they don't give us one in the core line. But yeah, there we have He-Man with the sword on the altar, which wouldn't work in the movie because he was Prince Adam when it was like that. So until we get a Prince Adam, this will have to do. But I just wanted to give this a shot. So there we have it, the Chronicles class He-Man. I'm really glad to have this figure in the collection and open, and looking to get the rest of the movie line at least from the Chronicles line. So thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, let me know. Drop a comment and say why not. And hopefully I'll see you in the next Masters of the Universe opening. Without a barking dog, hopefully.